Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the news broadcasted on TayNinhTV with some last events in our province as well as nationwide. And now we come into details. Ladies and gentlemen, on the morning of December 21st of 2024 in Hanoi, the Ministry of Home Affairs held a nationwide conference to review the work of 2024 and deploy the tasks of the Home Affairs sector in 2025. The Deputy Prime Minister Nguyễn Hòa Bình chaired the conference. At the online connecting point of the Ninh Province, Mr. TayNinhTVToday, Director of the Department of Home Affairs and leaders of the Home Affairs departments of district, towns and Taynan City also attended. In her opening speech at the conference, Ms. Phạm Thị Thanh Trà, Minister of Home Affairs, said in 2024, implementing the government's motto, discipline, responsibility, proactiveness, speeding up innovation, sustainable efficiency, the entire Home Affairs sector has achieved many outstanding results. Specifically, the Ministry of Home Affairs has completed the documents and submitted to the government for approval 51 over 51 projects established in the Hue City under the central government, arranging for 38 district-level administrative units and 1,178 commune-level administrative units, reducing 9 districts, 563 communes, establishing and operating for 1,037 urban administrative units, promoting the urbanization, aiming for 45% of urban administrative units by 2025, implementing 4 over 6 contents of public sector salary reform, adjusting pension social insurance benefits, preferential treatment for the materials people, the social subsidies, and creating positive impacts highly appreciated by the society. At the same time, the Ministry of Home Affairs focused on completing the plan to arrange and streamline the government apparatus according to the direction of the central government and the government also. At the conference, delegates spoke and discussed the key issues related to home affairs. And Taynan City People's Committee just held a meeting to celebrate 80th anniversary of the Vietnam People's Army and the 35th anniversary of National Defense Day. Attending the meeting, there were Mr. Lê Minh Thế, member of Principal Party Standing Committee, Secretary of the City Party Committee.
At the meeting, Mr. Nguyễn Thái Bình, Chairman of the City Peace Committee, reviewed the 80-year tradition of building, fighting, and growing of Vietnam People's Army. The city's armed forces have built the economy in combination with national defense and together with the local people, strive to successfully carry out the two tasks of building and firmly protecting the fatherland. With the achievements, the city's armed forces were honored to receive the commemorative medal from the Ministry of National Defense and the Victory Flag Medal of the Glorious Soldier Medal, first class by the President.
And on the morning of December 21st, the Evaluation Block of the Central Agency located in the Ninh Province visited and presented gifts to officers and soldiers of Khmer military posts and Hòa Bình Hamlet's permanent military post in Hòa Hiệp Commune of Tân Biên District. And display visited the units in the block, inquired about how the life and the activities of the officers and soldiers, hoped that the officers and soldiers of the military force would coordinate well with the functional agencies to patrol and protect the national sovereignty and border security, actively encourage production, build friendly and united relations with the Cambodian people. On this occasion, the delegation also visited officers and soldiers at the Tân Biên District Military Command, and at the same time, they presented support funds to the unit in amount of 20 million Vietnam dong. And ladies and gentlemen, applying digital technology to preserve the cultural heritage and honor historical value is a trend that has been widely deployed in Vietnam in recent times. On the occasion of the 80th anniversary of the founding of the Vietnam People's Army, the project to fully recreate the journey of 80 years of formation and development of the Vietnam People's Army historical milestone using advanced VR 360 technology has been introduced to the public in digital space. With just a smartphone with the internet connection, accessing this digital platform, Tu Trang has gone back in the time, discovering the typical milestone in the journey of building, developing, fighting, and growing up of the Vietnam People's Army over the past 80 years. Previously, when studying history at school, the teachers often only taught theory in books. I did not have the opportunity to access images or videos of each period of each event. And after experience, I felt right and my patriotism grew even more. Since the birth of Vietnam Propaganda Liberation Army, the first main force also known as the predecessor of the Vietnam People's Army today, the Vietnam Propaganda Liberation Army, the first main force, and has been transformed into a modern army, Vietnamese people. And the early years of the war against the French colonialism, or the climax of the resistance war against the U.S. to save the country, with the details of historical events and milestones, all recreated completely and seamlessly. This is an extremely large and reliable achievement, not only helping the researchers gather value documents to serve the research process, but also serving the propaganda work about the history of the achievements that our ancestors of the People's Army have accomplished. I think it will be very helpful for the students at school also. A special highlight of the project is that most of the places associated with the historical of the birth and development of the Vietnam People's Army are recreated in digital space, and it is the largest-scale collection of historical references ever. We use some core technologies such as 3D 360 virtualization, AI, IoT to be able to reconstruct the whole landscape of historical sites, relics, revolutionary relics, even massive system of documents from trenches, tunnels to cemetery system, museum system in the army. And history is no longer a quiet memory, but has become a vivid journey where everyone can explore and join the flow of heritage at any time, anywhere, and thanks to the help of technology. And on the morning of December 21st of 2024 at the Princeton Cultural Center, the Department of Cultural Heritage under Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism, in coordination with the Department of Culture, Sports and Tourism of Tây Ninh Province, organized a conference to summarize the display and demonstration of the motto Connecting the Heritage of the TayNinhTV Festival of the Khmer ethnic people in the heritage tourism journey of Tân Châu, Tân Biên, Châu Thành, Hòa Thành, and Tây Ninh City.
The TayNinhTV Festival is a valuable intangible cultural heritage playing an important role and significance for the Khmer people in general and the Khmer people in Tây Ninh in particular. Recognizing the value of the festival for the cultural life of the community, the Department of Culture, Sports and Tourism of Tây Ninh Province has implemented many measures to rotate and promote the value of the heritage. In implementing Project Number 6 of the Socio-Economic Development Program for Ethnic Minority Areas, the selection of the Khmer TayNinhTV Festival Heritage in Tây Ninh to build a heritage model connecting with tourism itineraries to develop ethnic minority communities with similar heritage in Tây Ninh City, with 4 localities including Tân Châu, Tân Biên, Châu Thành districts and Hòa Thành Tháo is very meaningful. Road training sessions under the guidance of reporters and community teachers, Khmer people, especially the young generation, have become more aware of the value of the heritage they are holding, continuing to pass on and share knowledge and skills related to rituals and cultural activities of the community in the TayNinhTV Festival. From there, the heritage will become a resource for tourism to connect the community and festivals of 4 cities and districts, creating a heritage tourism itinerary. The organizers cut the ribbon to inaugurate the space displaying images related to the Khmer TayNinhTV Festival, such as wrapping cylindrical glutinous rice with palm sugar, making similar rice vermicelli, recreating the custom of building sand mountains, displaying the altar to worship ancestors on New Year's Eve.
And the People's Committee of Tây Ninh Province has just issued an official dispatch requesting the functional units, the relevant departments and the branches to proactively implement the measures to prevent and combat drought and water shortages in 2025. Accordingly, the Department of Agriculture and Rural Development is assigned to monitor developments, provide forecast information on hydrometeorology and water resources at Dầu Tiếng Reservoir and Thala Lake irrigation system, and inform the localities and the people to implement the drought and water shortage prevention and combat the work, limiting impacts on agricultural production, especially in the rice season in 2025. Guide people to change the crop structure appropriately, coordinate with the localities to develop a plan for mass planting and production, prioritizing the yields of the short-term drought-resistant varieties, apply water-saving irrigation measures, urging investors to speed up the implementation of the investment project irrigation in the west of the Vam Godong River, phase number 2, and operating the Yoting irrigation system, phase number 2 also, racking the canal system, preparing irrigation works, centralized water supply works also. Now, taking advantage of the strength of the purely agricultural province with many available advantages, TayNin is strongly developing the green tourism and experiential tourism in addition to developing spiritual tourism with the center of being Padang Mountain National Tourist Areas and TayNinhTVToday holiday. According to statistics, for the 11 months of 2024, TayNin tourism attracted for 5.6 million visitors, an increase of 2% compared to the plan, and the total tourism revenue reached for 2,500 billion dong, an increase of 8.7% compared to the plan. The cool green organic mulberry garden of nearly 5 hectares of Mr. Nguyễn Thanh Vũ family, an agricultural engineer in Tân Lợi Hamlet, Tân Hưng commune of Tân Châu district, has become a unique sightseeing and experience destination for tourist groups coming to TayNin. For more than 3 years, the mulberry garden has welcomed many domestic and also foreign tourist groups every day to visit and explore. Now I have switched to a tourism sector. For example, my family has another direction, so I'm a bit busier. In general, it is more fun because I have a lot of visitors coming here every day. I play the role of a farmer and a tour guide also, so it is fun and the income will be much higher because I can sell my products also. And it is the garden of the woody grapes mixed with the golden star apples of Mr. Nguyễn Văn Thông family in Phan commune of Tân Châu district. The garden is also one of the destinations to explore agricultural tourism in TayNin province. The garden and the place was planted with the vines and then received the gas and roof for about 3 years before I came up with the idea of adding a woody grapes and 2 types of woody grapes, 1 type of 4 season grapes, 1 type of seasonal grapes. And while serving customer, the third idea came up, which was to plant more golden star apple trees for the customer to pick. TayNin is considered to have a lot of potential to develop the green tourism, experiential tourism in addition to developing spiritual tourism in the center being Padang Mountain Tourist Area and TayNinhTVToday holiday. And through this channel, we have another channel to bring agricultural products to the market instead of transporting agricultural products to the market to consumers. And we somehow invite consumers to the farm, and not only to buy the products but also experience the process of creating those products and have the memories of TayNin. I think that is a potential that will be promoted in the coming time. According to the Department of Culture, Sports and Tourism of TayNin province, taking advantage of the strengths of a purely agricultural province, TayNin is currently effectively implementing the Rural Tourism Development Program in the construction of new rural areas in the period of 2023 to 2025, and thereby aiming to promote the development of rural tourism associated with the promoting the potential and land advantages of agriculture, craft villages, culture, and ecological environment of localities in order to improve the materials and spiritual life of rural people, contributing to the transformation of the rural economic structure towards multi-value integration, inclusiveness, and sustainable development also. And in 2024, the socio-economic situation of Tân Châu district will continue to maintain its growth momentum, with 12 over 12 main targets reaching and exceeding the resolution, in which the agricultural sector is a bright spot in the district economic picture. In the field of cultivation, the district has initially formed a number of fruit tree areas such as durian and custard apples, applying scientific and technological advances and bringing high economic value, meeting the needs of the domestic markets and export. In the fields of livestock, the method has changed in positive direction, sharply reducing the scale of household and small-scale livestock farming to concentrated industrial and semi-industrial scale livestock farming, applying advanced and modern technology, ensuring biosafety and linking along the value chain with the participation of many corporations and companies with a strength in the livestock sector investing in the district. And up to now, the Provincial People's Committee has approved the investment policies of 52 projects with a total registered investment capital of more than 4,300 billion Vietnam dong, of which 27 projects have been put into operation. 9 projects are under construction and 16 projects are completing procedures waiting to start construction. And ladies and gentlemen, forestry is the industry that sells the most carbon credits in Vietnam, with about 10.3 million credits traded through the World Bank, earning about 1,200 billion Vietnam dong. Next are the wind power for 3.2 million credits and biogas for 928,000 credits. Vietnam currently has about 116 projects registered or certified for carbon credits, mainly in the fields of hydropower, waste-to-energy, and electric vehicles, notably the Sóc Sơn waste-to-energy plant to provide more than 544,000 credits per year. The carbon credits help reduce greenhouse gas emissions, raising the right economic value. However, experts recommend that the businesses quickly implement projects to seize opportunities from the green credit market. And on the evening of December 20th, the Thăng Long Entrepreneurs and Enterprises honoring the ceremony took place in Hanoi in 2024. 120 Thăng Long entrepreneurs and enterprises were honored also. The event was a positive influence and effect to honor and encourage typical enterprises and entrepreneurs of the capital, making positive contribution to the socio-economic development of the capital and the country in 2024. In the new era, the era of national development, the business community and enterprises seem to be inspired and have more confidence to move forward together. And it is estimated that by December 31st, Hanoi City was granted certificates to 31,893 newly established enterprises with a registered capital of more than 322,800 billion Vietnam dong, bringing the total number of registered enterprises in the city to nearly 406,300 units, accounting for about one-third of the total number of enterprises nationwide. And the team of businesses and entrepreneurs in the capital have had strong and sustainable development steps. And experiencing the cold air, enjoying the unique and special scenery and culture of the highlands are the things that help the Northwest and Northwest tours attract visitors at the end of the year, welcoming the new year, especially for many southern visitors and overseas Vietnamese. The Northwest and Northwest tours are reasonable choices instead of expensive winter trips abroad. Missy Mai Ngân in District 7, Ho Chi Minh City has just welcomed relatives from the U.S. to visit her homeland and celebrate the Lunar New Year of 2025. And to start a reunion atmosphere, the whole family decided to choose a Northwest tour at the end of December to welcome the New Year of 2025, admire the majestic mountain scenery, and see the New Year and plum blossoms, hunt for snow in Sapa, Lào Cai, Hà Giang, etc. Experiencing the cold air is something new and interesting for the southern people. For overseas Vietnamese, knowing more about their homeland is very meaningful. That place is very beautiful in the season of plum blossoms. I really like it and want to experience it. We travel partly. We will contribute to the economy to develop there more. According to travel companies, the group of customers choosing tours to the Northwest and Northwest Highlands departing from Ho Chi Minh City in the past were mainly middle-aged customers and those who have the conditions and time. Recently, the group of young customers is increasing. Associated with the Discover Tours, tracking sport tourism on this route, many foreign customers and overseas Vietnamese also prefer Northwest tour because of the unique scenery and culture of the land. And to meet this demand, travel companies have focused on building new tourism products for the autumn-winter tour series, including the high-quality services enhancing the experience for the tourists, especially for foreign tourists, and feel like they are wasting the time because they are no longer unfamiliar with the cold in their country. Building a tour that is truly unique so that the customer do not feel like they are wasting their time because they are no longer unfamiliar with the coast in their country. The customer choosing the Northwest tour will be American, European, and Australian tourists. Every time they return, customers are very happy and satisfied, reviewing a lot about the Northwest destination, praising the scenery and people and culture is wonderful. Domestic tourism is accelerating in 2024 and is expected to continue to dominate in 2025 when, according to a survey, up to 49% of Vietnamese tourists choose to explore domestic destinations. In particular, Northwest and Northwest tours at the end of the year are attracting visitors. Destinations in the Northern Highlands are also chosen by many foreign tourists with many environmental friendly travel experiences. And that's all for today, TTV News. Thank you for being with us, and goodbye for now.